Imagine this scenario. A narcissist, used to manipulating and controlling, wakes up one day and realizes that the person he once relied on for endless attention and validation is simply gone. They're no longer there to provide the constant emotional support he so desperately craved. Now all that's left is emptiness. But what really happens in the mind of a narcissist when he realizes he's lost you forever? Today, we're going to dive deep into that question and explore how this irreversible loss can shake the narcissist in ways he never expected. In this video, you'll understand the true dynamics of a relationship with a narcissist and how your decision to leave can cause a profound impact that he will never openly admit. We'll explore the confusion, denial, and even desperation a narcissist can experience when they realize they've lost someone valuable. More than that, we'll show you the path to emotional recovery and how you can finally break free from this destructive cycle. The narcissist's world is built on grand illusions. He sees himself as superior, irreplaceable, and believes that everyone around him exists solely to satisfy his needs. He manipulates, controls, devalues, and often makes the victim doubt themselves. During the relationship, the narcissist believes he can keep this cycle going indefinitely. He thinks that no matter how much pain and suffering he causes, the victim will always return, always be there, ready to be manipulated. But what happens when that victim finally decides to break free? When they set firm boundaries and choose to prioritize their own well-being? The narcissist, who has built his identity on the control he exerts over others, spirals into confusion and denial. He's not prepared to lose. Losing is a direct blow to his grandiosity, and it's in that moment that he begins to feel the emptiness caused by his own arrogance. When a narcissist realizes that the person he once devalued is finally gone, his initial reaction is disbelief. How could someone he viewed as inferior, easily controlled and manipulated have had the courage to leave? This is the first stage of his reaction, denial. At first, he may try to ignore reality, believing that, like before, the victim will return. This is the narcissist's first defense, using hoovering tactics. This might include sending sweet messages and trying to reconcile, or using smear campaigns and emotional manipulation. He will try everything to regain the control he's lost, because what he truly fears isn't losing the person, but losing the narcissistic supply that person represented. But when all these attempts fail, when the narcissist realizes you're really gone, he is forced to confront the reality. He's not as irreplaceable as he thought. Losing someone who offered genuine care and dedication has a devastating impact on the narcissist. He starts facing feelings that are difficult for him to process, like failure, helplessness, and the fear that he may never find someone else who will tolerate him the same way. The narcissist might try to keep up appearances, especially on social media, where he often flaunts new relationships or tries to show off a full and happy life. However, behind that mask, there's a deep identity crisis. He has to face the fact that his manipulations don't work on everyone, and that finding another person willing to put up with his abuse isn't as easy as he imagined. It's important to note that the narcissist isn't mourning the loss of the person as a complex human being with feelings and needs. He's mourning the loss of the narcissistic supply that person provided. He misses the validation, the constant emotional support, and the endless attention. It's a loss of control, not a genuine emotional loss. When the narcissist realizes he can't win you back, he starts a desperate cycle of trying to find a replacement. He searches for someone to fill the void left behind. But soon, he discovers that emotionally healthy people quickly recognize his manipulative patterns and distance themselves. This is a double blow for the narcissist. Not only has he lost his primary source of validation, but he also finds out that replacing that source isn't as simple as he thought. He starts to realize that the unconditional dedication, the constant sacrifice, and the genuine emotional support the previous victim offered are rare. And finding someone who will tolerate his manipulations becomes increasingly difficult. This can lead the narcissist into a spiral of destructive behaviors. Some may compulsively seek out superficial new relationships, while others may intensify their smear campaigns against the former victim, hoping to regain some sense of control. While the narcissist spirals into his destructive cycle, the victim who has managed to break free embarks on a completely different process. Emotional recovery. They start rediscovering their own identity, understanding that their worth wasn't tied to the narcissist's validation. This is a process of empowerment, where the victim learns to trust their intuition again and begins building a new life free from manipulation. This healing journey involves revaluing oneself, reestablishing healthy boundaries, and reconnecting with their own emotions and desires. For many victims, leaving a relationship with a narcissist is one of the hardest, yet most transformative decisions of their lives. They come to realize that emotional independence and renewed self-esteem are the keys to true freedom. The narcissist, who once had total control, is now faced with someone they can no longer dominate. For those recovering from a relationship with a narcissist, one of the most important lessons is the need to set firm boundaries. The narcissist, in his desperation to regain control, may try to use every tool in his arsenal to lure the victim back into the cycle of abuse. But by establishing clear and unwavering boundaries, the victim ensures that they will never be manipulated in the same way again. This is a crucial moment of empowerment. It's when the victim realizes that by prioritizing their own well-being, they not only protect themselves, but also demonstrate to the narcissist that they've lost something they will never be able to replace. Losing a stable source of emotional supply is one of the hardest blows a narcissist can face. It's not about love or a true connection. It's about control and power. When the narcissist realizes he's lost someone for good, he's forced to confront the reality that he can't dominate every situation and every person. For the victim, this loss marks the beginning of a new life. It's proof that self-care, self-esteem, and emotional independence are the most powerful tools in the fight against narcissistic abuse. If you're going through this situation or know someone who is, share this video. Leave your experiences in the comments and let us know how you've regained your strength after a narcissistic relationship. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications for more content about toxic relationships and personal growth. Remember, your liberation is the greatest victory over narcissistic abuse, and your story can inspire others to follow the same path of healing and empowerment.